Ovechkin fires. He scores! The Great Eight has done it again.
Cal, one of my favorite stats about Ovechkin is something I'm sure that you can relate to. He's played in 95% of the games that he's been eligible to play. Obviously, that speaks to an amazing durability. What does that mean to you when you hear that number about Alex in a sport that's as physically demanding as hockey can be?
I mean, that is awesome. And I mean, they talk about ability. One of the greatest things about ability is availability. You could be a great player, but you got to be out there, for the challenges of each and every day. And that was the meaning of the streak to me. It wasn't about breaking Lou Gehrig's record. It was that you were available to your team to meet the challenges today. When you look at Alex pushes himself through. I mean, to hear the number 95%, in a sport like hockey where the physicality, he's a horse, but the physicality takes a toll on you, I think, greater than baseball.
Let's see if we can get you to give a little more advice from one Great Eight to another about rising to the occasion when that moment actually happens. I mean, you hit a home run right in the middle of 21-31.
Yeah, the rising to the occasion or hitting under pressure is a lot about learning about yourself. How do you perform in those pressure situations? And Alex has a ton of knowing how he performs in crunch situations, high pressure situations, the playoffs, the Stanley Cup. I had the chance to play in 19 All-Star games, which, you want to rise to the occasion in those. But then you realize, for me, that the harder I tried, the more I wanted to do it, the less it kind of happened. And so I always had to calm myself down, bring myself back in. But during 21-29, 21-30, and 21-31, it was important to me to perform well, too. I didn't like the idea when somebody called it an attendance record. You're deserving to be in the lineup all the time, and then you're able to stay healthy all that time. So I was bothered by that expression. So I wanted our team to win, and I wanted our team to play well. I wanted to play well individually, and then the streak would make sense, more in that way. So I hit a home run in 21-29. I hit a home run in 21-30. I hit a home run in 21-31, and I took my focus and my calmness into that game.
I've heard you touch on the media. I've watched Alex Ovechkin work through countless media availabilities, press conferences, podium sessions. I'm sure that has to be a grind. When you think about it, what's the best way for Alex to approach those media expectations that are going to be heaped upon him?
So Paul Molitor, like in the early stages of that year, kind of said, don't try to control it, let it happen. Let it go with the flow. And I thought that was really good advice, is that instead of trying to control every aspect of it, almost surrender to what was happening. And then the press conferences didn't become a burden anymore. They became kind of fun.
The day of 21-31, broadcast on HTS. I remember back to that time. For me, I was just about to start my second season broadcasting the Caps in the NHL. Cal, if I'm not mistaken, there was a 22-minute ovation for you at Camden Yards. Describe for us the appreciation the fans showed and how humbling this might be for Alex when he does break Wayne Gretzky's record.
So I don't know. It was surprising to me, the outpouring of love that came through. Like, people ask me, what's the best thing that happened to you on a baseball field? Catching last out of the World Series by far was the best feeling of fulfillment, satisfaction, joy. It's part of the dream to be a player, to understand, what it feels like to win the World Series. But the best human moment was that 22 minutes of clapping. I didn't know how to react to it. I think everybody was trying to plan a special event, but nobody could have planned for that. And the way it unfolded with Rafael Palmeiro and Bobby Bonilla pushing me down the line saying, you got to take a lap around this ballpark, or they'll never stop clapping. And I was thinking, and I didn't want to do it. And I was thinking, I'm not doing that. And then finally they pushed me down there, and I started that journey around the ballpark. And you started recognizing people, not just 50,000 strong, but you recognize individual people that you've seen there before. I knew some people in the stands by name. And as you went around it, that celebration kind of kept building. And it was one of the best human moments anybody could have on a field. So I imagine that outpouring of love for Alex is going to be there. And he's going to have to kind of deal with his own emotions.